This video is going to show you how to use a do loop to check a user's input. So up until now, we check input, and if they entered the wrong thing, we would just exit the program. If a user enters the wrong thing, what you want to do is have them re-enter it until they enter it correctly. So a loop, your repetition structure, is a good tool for that. The do-while loop is the best tool for that because do-while loops are bottom-driven loops or post-test loops. And the code in the loop will execute at least one time. Well, you want them to enter the data at least one time, so this is a perfect structure for it. If they make a mistake, then can go back and enter it again and repeat that code. So here's our normal code to have a user enter something where you want them to do Y or N. We've two-uppered that, so we only have to check for uppercase. So we start this with the do. You mark the beginning of the loop with a curly brace. Some people like that on the same line as the do. A whole big argument about that. Doesn't matter to me which one you use. And then the while goes at the bottom after the end of the loop. And inside the condition for the while, we want to repeat this loop while they've entered the wrong thing. Well, the wrong thing for this would be not Y and not N. So we're going to do this while response is not equal to uppercase Y, as we two-uppered it, and response is not equal to uppercase N. And we end that one with a semicolon. So let's see how this works. So we're asking them to enter a response, Y or N. If we enter Y, it exits, and that's correct. That's what it should do at this point. We just asked them for the Y. But if they entered the wrong thing, say they entered D or R or Q, it's going to loop back up and ask them to enter that again. So the first do, ask them to enter the response. We get it, we two-upper it, and then while the response is not equal to uppercase Y and it's not equal to uppercase N, we'll go back and repeat. So if they entered the correct thing, which we did the first time, they entered Y, it did not bother to repeat. If they entered the wrong thing, Q, R, S, goes back up and repeats again. We'll continue to repeat until they enter the right thing. We can do the same thing with numbers. So say we have a menu, and for that menu we would like them to enter 1 through 5. So we do our cout statement. Tell them what we want them to enter. In it. This is numeric, so we don't have to two-upper it. So that's your basic statement. I'll ask them to enter an option. There's my prompt. 1 through 5 is what I want them to enter, and then we see in it. So if we put that inside a do loop, we do. And we are going to do this while option is less than 1 or option is greater than 5. So this is what's called a range check. We're checking within the range of 1 to 5. So if the option is less than 1 or the option is less than 5. So let's see if the enter an option 1 through 5, say they enter 9, it's asking again, they enter 0, it's asking again, 12, it's asking again. If they enter 2, which is within the range, it continues on to the next part. So that's how we would do some error checking using the do while loop.